One day, an unresolved murder takes place in Prophet Moses' tribe. His tribe comes to Prophet Moses and want him to pray Allah, and they want Allah to show the murderer. So Prophet Moses prays and the command comes. Allah commands you to slaughter a cow, so that the meat of the cow would be touched to the dead body of the victim, and the victim would stand up to tell the murderer. After this command, people get shocked. They don't like this offer and they raise difficulties. First, they ask what the cow is like, answer comes. They ask the color of it, the answer comes. They ask another thing, etc. Finally, they slaughter the cow and the murder is shown, but the Quran explains the severity of the condition with the verse, they could hardly do it. Well, why didn't the tribe want to slaughter a cow, and why did they raise difficulties? Guys, Prophet Moses' tribe used to live in the places reminding paradise, like surroundings of the river Nile, when compared with the deserts of Egypt, which were like the reminiscent of hell. So agriculture was very important. Consequently, cow or bakara, as mentioned in the Quran, was very important for them. So, along with believing in Prophet Moses and Tawheed, which is oneness of God, the interest given to cows reached to an excessive level. They were almost regarded as sacred. So, the underlying cause of their not liking the command of Allah was this. However, according to the discipline of Tawheed, reasons had no impact. According to the Tawheed, every beauty, everything important for us, and every other thing sustaining our lives came directly from Him. Cows couldn't give blessings. They couldn't have never been regarded as sacred. A cow was nothing. Praise was only to Allah. So the moment when cows started to be an element of polytheism, an element of shirk, and it threatened people's faith in Tawheed, Allah commanded them to slaughter a cow. Sacrificing a cow was actually saying that, "Oh Allah, there is no God other than you. You are the only one who can give blessings. You are the only one who can be beloved. You are the one whom we can worship. Our all possessions come from you and our lives come from you. The river Nile is plentiful thanks to you. Our cows are also from you and every one of them is your property." So the thing important for Allah was this. Otherwise, their meat will not reach Allah, nor will their blood. Okay, guys. One of the miraculous aspects of the Quran is explaining a lot with few words. It explains a simple event, but the message is universal. So there is also a universal message in this story told in Surah Al-Baqarah. The cow is a symbol. It represents everything that takes people away from Tawheed and brings them closer to the polytheism, closer to the shirk. The cow was a threat for the faith of those people in that era. So they were commanded to slaughter a cow. Well, what are the things that threat our Tawheed belief? For example, if we believe that there is no mahbub, which means beloved one, other than Allah, and the others can only be loved for Him, and they can be loved in the way He orders. So why don't we sacrifice our prohibited loves, haram dates, to prove it? Or if we believe that there is no Razak but Allah, there is no all provider except Allah, and if we still don't sacrifice our prohibited haram earnings and stop charging interest, how can our faith become realistic? Are we sure we have a faith in the fact that money can't give us peace? Or is it just a kind of God for us? Or, as a physical act of the verse, I didn't create the jinn and mankind except to worship me. Shouldn't we sacrifice the things that are full of haram and for which we spend hours, such as Hollywood movies, meaningless TV series, and the time we spend in cafes which are full of gossip? This list is ever lengthening. Okay, guys, it is wanted from us that everything we live should be connected with Allah. Our every second, every act, every love, every sorrow is an example of sacred polytheism or Tawheed. So Eid al-Adha is the symbol of the approaching to Tawheed by being purified from polytheism, being purified from shirk. It is a physical form of saying, there is no God other than you and my everything is your property. It is a Tawheed manifest. So the animals that we sacrifice represent everything that stands between Allah and us and the things that are irrelevant to our purpose of creation. These things were the cows for the tribe of Prophet Moses. Well, Are our own cows ready? Guys, along with our animals, let's sacrifice a habit which is not approved by Allah in each Eid. Maybe we can come into the presence of Allah as we sacrifice lots of things and approach to the Tawheed. May Allah accept our sacrifices. Eid Mubarak.